concept is to create in West Virginia what I call the West Virginia Future Fund, which would dedicate a portion, 25% of the increased revenues that we're going to see from the Marcellus gas severance tax opportunities, and to set those aside into a savings account, which is a new idea in West Virginia. We are actually saving money out of our natural resources rather than spending them as fast as they come in. And it's modeled to some degree after what's happened in other states. Alaska has had great success with their permanent fund, where now they have $39 billion, I believe, in that fund. And they use that fund to give tax relief. Every man, woman, and child that lives in that state receives a check annually each and every year from the government, ranging between $1,000 and in 2008, I believe it was $3,200. And there's no income tax. And it's really just an opportunity to save some of our severance resource monies for our future, to help diversify our economy for our children. And that's why I call it the Future Fund. I've seen over the years that West Virginia, even though we're doing fairly well coming out of the recession, we've always been a resource-rich state, but when it comes to creating wealth for the people within this state, we've not done a very good job of it. Most of the money that we have earned over the years, particularly in the coal industry, has been exported out of the state. While they did create jobs, and that industry was good to creating opportunities for jobs and employment in this state, it hasn't created and generated a bunch of wealth. A lot of the wealth has been exported. And the reason, could you imagine, we haven't reinvested as much of the money, particularly in the southern counties of the state that are been so rich in coal resources. When you look around and see the Mingo, the McDowells, some of the other counties in the southern part of the state, that they are actually resource rich with coal, but now they're left in being some of the poorest areas of the state because they haven't had a chance to diversify their economy. I don't want to see that happen again. It's rare that you get a second bite at the apple. In this instance, we will with this gas resource, and we need to make sure that we create wealth in this state, opportunity in this state, and jobs in this state for the people that live in this state. I have 4 children, and I want to make sure, particularly I've got them 21, 18, 5, and 2, and I don't know if we've done a good enough job to create new opportunities for our children that are my older children. But we need to make sure that my 5 and 2-year-old, the future generations of this state, have opportunity to stay here. And I think by creating a savings account, an endowment fund, a future fund for West Virginia, will be saving for their future, so that we're creating opportunities for them, so that when they're 18 and 21 and reach young adulthood, they'll stay in West Virginia. I don't want them to leave this state, and if they do, they should leave because they want to, not because they have to, for opportunities. We need to create those opportunities here, and there will be those opportunities here in the energy markets, the education markets, our field, and also in the healthcare opportunities. So there will be reasons and opportunities over this next decade for our children to stay here in this state.